Abraham's devotion and obedience. Isaac, on the other hand...
Slow down, will you?
Nope.
Please? I'm over 100
I think
years
it's safe to say I'm done accommodating your limitations.
Will you at least have a real conversation with me? It's going to be a long...
At the rate I'm moving.
Come on. Talk to me. Yell at me. Anything but this interminable sarcasm.
What exactly is there to say in this situation? Because to my knowledge, they don't make a Hallmark card that says, "Thanks, Dad, for taking me to the top of a mountain under false pretenses, binding me, and almost turning me into a human sacrifice." But then only stopping because God's messenger showed up, was like, "JK, LOL, never mind."
Isaac,
Whatever you're about to say, tell it to the ram.
I know you're upset, but God said that...
Are you really going to pull that I was just following orders card right now?
I guess all I can do now is
You know what the
apologize.
worst part about this whole situation is?
I can only assume it's the almost dying at the hands of your own father part.
No, it's that for the rest of my life, I have to live with the fact that the first man to ever tie me up was my father!
I don't like it when you talk like
Or are
that.
we saying things we don't like about each other now? Because I don't think 3 days is going to be enough to get through my list. Some.
Oh, dear God. Here, let
Don't
me...
even think about touching me.
But I'm your father.
Quit saying that like it means something.
Of course it means something.
Sure as hell did it a few hours ago.
Well, that's what I was trying to explain to
You really
you.
think that there's an excuse for what you did?
What I almost did.
That's a hair you really want to split?
I'm just saying we wouldn't be having this conversation if I'd actually
God's
been able...
messenger literally didn't show up at the last possible second. I'm pretty sure these are one of those instances where your intentions matter just as much as your actions.
So you think God is the hero in this story?
Hardly.
So why don't you take it up with him?
Oh, trust me, I intend to. I have enough daddy issues for the both of you.
I said enough of that. Now, will you let me look at that ankle?
If you must. Wait!
What?
Knife check.
You can't be serious.
Ceremonial dagger concealed behind your back once. Shame on you. Ceremonial dagger concealed behind your back twice.
Fine. Satisfied?
Proceed.
Thank you. You really can be impossible sometimes.
Is that why?
Why what?
Is that why it was so easy for you? So you wouldn't have to listen to me run my mouth?
Who said it was easy for me?
Well, it didn't look all that difficult from where I was laying, which, need I remind you, was on an altar.
Well, you're wrong. You're my son. Of course I didn't want to do that to you. But when God gives you a direct command, you follow it.
You make it sound so cut and dry. Easy peasy.
Nothing about this. Nothing at all about being a father is simple or easy.
Well, not committing filicide seems to be the least difficult part about parenting to remember.
One day when you have children of
You
your
really
own...
think that I'm going to have kids?
Well, why wouldn't you?
Well, it's not like I've had an abundance of quality role models.
I know what I almost did was inexcusable. But no one has wandered down from a mountain with a guide for being a perfect parent etched onto stone tablets. So, when an omnipotent being gives you a direct order, even if it's terrible and unthinkable...
About that.
About what?
About that clear and direct order you received.
What about it?
How is this very important message conveyed?
In terms...
The medium is the message, Pops. God sent a messenger to stop you from straight up murdering my ass. Did he send one to tell you to do it in the first place?
Not quite.
Care to elaborate?
It was more of a feeling, I guess, deep inside.
This day just keeps getting better.
Oh, come on.
No, you come on. For the first time, I'm not the one who's being unreasonable. You were willing to kill me based off of a feeling?
Not kill. Sacrifice.
Wrong, Dad. Because sacrifice means you're actually going to miss it when it's home.
You have no idea how long your mother and I prayed for a son. You were the most wanted child on the planet.
Apparently the most disappointing.
No, well, not exactly.
Very convincing.
Well, that's not what I meant. I spent years imagining what your life would be like, who you would become, what great things you would accomplish. I think that's what all parents do.
Well, that's a lot of expectation to heap upon someone whose neck isn't even strong enough to hold up his own head yet.
You're right, of course. But I couldn't help it. I've been on this earth for more than a century, but I was going to get the chance to see everything in a brand new way through your eyes.
Then why didn't you tell God no?
It never occurred to me, if I'm being totally honest. I'm not a rebel, not like you. Besides, I think I knew deep down that it wasn't going to get to that point.
Well, if I recall correctly, you let that point get disconcertingly close to some very important parts of my body.
But I had no true intention of ever going through with it.
Then why the whole song and dance?
Because my faith was being tested and I had something to prove.
To God?
To him, yes, and to you.
Yeah, you've officially lost me.
I had to show God that I trusted him and would do whatever he commands. That I had faith that he never really intended for me to kill you.
More faith than I had, apparently.
Well, in your defense, you were kind of taken by surprise.
Kind of.
But your death was never a possibility, not as far as I was concerned.
So what if the messenger never appeared?
Then I was prepared to do whatever I had to do to protect you.
Including defy God?
Hey, you thumb your nose at authority pretty much every day. I figured I could try it at least once.
So, this was a teaching moment.
For both of us, I hope. No matter what you do, no matter who you become, you will always be my son, the answer to my prayers. Did I say something funny?
No, it's what you didn't say.
And that would be?
You could have just said, I love you, son, instead of taking me on a 3-day hike that almost ended in a near-fatal bit of performance art.
I suppose that would have been simpler.
Yeah, well, after today, I don't think I ever want to hear about how extra I am.
Fair enough. Now, don't you think we should be getting on our way? We've got a lot of ground to cover. Are you, feeling up to it?
Yeah, just give me a moment. Good as new, I think.
If it makes you feel any better, I've been broken up about this whole thing for weeks.
Well, now that you mention it, you have been moodier than usual. I just figured it was the prospect of having to spend so much alone time with me.
The only bright spot of this colossally terrible trip is having 3 days on the road with you, getting to know you better.
Everything I say offends you.
I know, but I still admire you for saying it.
Look at you, containing multitudes and whatnot.
Now what?
I just realized Mom is going to have an absolute conniption when she finds out about this.
Oh, dear God, you're right. I hadn't even considered that. You know, we don't even really need to tell him.
We 100% do have to tell her. You've been fearing the wrath of the wrong deity this entire time. Hope you enjoy sleeping outside with the goats.
I'll get used to it, I suppose. Can you at least not tell the goats about the whole ram slaughter situation, though?
Your secret's safe with me, Pops.